Hey guys, Jackie with Famished Farm, and today is planting day. We are going to get as many direct sow seeds in the ground as we can today, and I've got some other plants that didn't get in the ground from my winter spring buying splurge. A lime, an elderberry, and a Meyer lemon. So we're going to find spots hopefully for all of that and get these 8 bales planted and most of the 3 raised beds. So, and maybe even some in-ground. We'll see. Maybe even some seedlings, although they're not looking so hot. So we'll have to see what happens with those. But stay tuned, guys. We're going to get planting. So here you can see the bales. You know they're ready to plant when you've got the oat straw and the mushrooms starting. So, and you can see that the peas that we put in, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, those are just starting to reach the trellis. This one here has latched on. So we are hoping we get more peas this year than last year. So let's hope. But where are we going to start? I think we're going to start in the back on these big bales because this is what I want to get vining. So I've got cucumber, some pole beans, and some big tomatoes. Well, one big tomato that we can direct sow. Fingers crossed. Here I have my potting mix that's been hydrated, and I was using it for seed starter. So now what I'm going to do is just where I want the plants, the seeds to go, I'm going to put about an inch thick layer, and I'm going to do a pole bean, and I think this is Kentucky Lake or something like that I saved the seeds from last year. And I'm going to train them up this first trellis that you probably can't see too great. Let's see if I can. So I'm going to train it up this trellis. And so into this little mound of soil, I'm going to put about 3 of these seeds. And then I'm going to cover them up because those can go a little deeper. And then, now this, I have never tried to direct seed a tomato. So this will be an interesting little experiment. And so what I'm going to do is do a similar little mound there. Actually, I'm going to do it more right here. Now, there's no need to cover the whole bale with your potting mix, just where you're planting the seed. And I'm going to stick, this is a beefsteak. And I'm going to stick up probably about 3 in there too. And I'll thin that. If this does come up, I'm going to thin that in a bit. And this is all nice and moist. So I'm not going to worry about watering until everything is in. I'll probably stick a marigold near the center of the 2 bales. So over in this area. And I'll be planting a nasturtium on this end of the bale, right here where I am. So I'll put one in the side of the bale over here. And then we're just going to repeat that for everything that we're planting in the bales. At the front of these bales, I'm going to plant little mounds at the front of these bales that are going to be for my head lettuce. Okay, and then I'm going to put a couple of seeds of my lettuce. And this is actually Grand Rapids leaf lettuce. And then just lightly cover. I think I only got one. Lightly cover that. And then here's a marigold that I'm going to put on this far end. So you just make a pocket, and I am going to tear off some of this excess newsprint and stick that down in the pocket. And I'll put just a little bit of soil around that marigold. Okay, so this bale, let's do this guy. I'm going to put it in the corner, near the corner of the second bale. So it will spill down into this walkway. And I sure hope these guys make it. But I'm going to do half of that this year. Okay, and these are a pickling cucumber, Space Master. This is a bush cucumber. I trellised this last year, I believe. So, well, we're going to try this. We'll see what happens. And I'm going to just put that on the top. And then it needs a 1/2 inch depth. And then in the front part of this bale, we're going to do some more lettuce. This time just some heads of iceberg. That's way too many, probably. But we can thin it. And then just, again, a thin layer over the top. And then I'm going to do also some, probably right in between these two, I'm going to do some basil and dill. I got a couple, actually I got 1 pint of basil to do pesto last year, and that's probably just about right for my needs. If I could get 2, that wouldn't be bad either. I'm going to plant just 1 on each side here at the end of the bale. You know, I should be marking these as I go. Yes, Jackie, you should. Basil first. And then our dill. Okay, let's get some plant labels. So last year I didn't label anything because I only grew about 6 things and they were all easy to keep track of. But this year I really have upped my game, so I'm going to be much more intentional and diligent on labeling. And these are just the large jumbo craft sticks. You could use paint stirrer sticks, whatever you've got handy. Oh, that's nice and composted. Nice roots on that one. And then when the peas are done, maybe we can do another nasturtium here. Oops. Let's see if we can get that. Can I get this? More soil there. And then over on this side, I think I'll do another basil and dill. I'm going to link down below M.I. Gardner's potting soil little tutorial he did. Very helpful. It saved me a lot of money. Thank you. So these are some of my seedlings that have been going since, I think on average since the last day of February, so February 29th. And I just have I do have an idea. Here's my theory. A lot of these seedlings, when you flip them over and take them out of their pots, there's very little root development. So like a spindly white, very healthy root with very small leaves. And my theory is that I just didn't have, for the number of seedlings I was doing, I just didn't have enough light. So some of these are in good shape, and I feel pretty confident that they'll do fine in the ground. The nasturtium there next to me, below my hand with the watch, that is, the roots looked fantastic. The marigold, same thing. The flowers looked really good. But now the tomatoes, and I think this is the bale where I'm doing some Roma tomatoes. And I don't expect them to live. I probably have enough time that I would be able to start some. I've got some grow lights ordered. I did go ahead and splurge on some grow lights, and hopefully enough that I can either sell the extra grow lights, because I think I got 6, or I don't know that I'll ever need 6 4-foot grow lights. Let's put it that way. So 2 for sure, maybe 4, but we'll see what happens. I think I end up putting 3 or 4 sickly looking Romas. Maybe one of these is going to survive. And like I said, I'm just planning to head to the big box store and get some Romas or any paste tomato if I need to. In the front. There's no root development at all on that plant. That is sacrificial right there. I bought some new pots and I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to put in them, but the plan was to put them in front of these planter boxes kind of facing where we sit on the carport and facing the back door. So I don't have any watering system set up for these, so this is going to force me to go out. If I see anything wilting, go out and water, and just check other plants while I'm out there to see if anything needs water. I end up putting nasturtiums in all these. I guess I didn't record doing all 3 pots, but basically repeat this system that I'm doing here. And I will cover the cardboard with some wood chips. And this is experiment 1 with dried beans. And experiment 2 with dried beans. We do buy 1 pound packages of both kidney beans and black beans. Typically those are the only 2. We use them in the wintertime primarily, but how many of these beds would I have to have in beans to make a pound of dried beans times 2 or 3 for the year? I don't think I'll ever have enough space for it, but I just wanted to try it to see how I did. And another experiment on this end of the bed is Brightest Brilliant Quinoa. And I would love to eat more quinoa. It's one of those things we're not quite on board, but we enjoy it the few times every couple of years that I make it. What really got me to try this one though was that the leaves are edible and they can be used like spinach, and then you can of course harvest the heads at the end of the season. So we'll try it. And our next experiment is Virginia peanuts, and this came from M.I. Gardner. I really was excited when I saw it on his website. Came with 22 peanuts in the shell, actually 11 peanuts with 2 in each shell, and here we go. We'll see what happens. Well, I think I messed up. I just planted this whole bed with peanuts. My first time planting peanuts. And it's reclaimed. It might be okay. It's 2nd year straw bale. So very decomposed. I was tempted to kind of dig them up and just throw some soil around them. I can still see the planting holes that I used, shells, and I could ostensibly get some dirt in there, but I think this is decomposed enough that I'm actually not going to worry about it. So cross fingers, we'll see what happens. They're supposed to come up pretty quick, I think, so we'll keep an eye on it. So the plan at this moment is that all of the aromas will be going in bales 7 and 8, but I really don't have anything that I should be planting here. These are all kind of stunted aromas that basically have a single root. But again, we'll go to the big box store and get some new plants if I don't have time to get them started. Even in the winter time, I buy plants that are on clearance. So this is a arborvitae Christmas tree that I bought, actually 2 of them, and one of them, the cold last year, got it. These have been repotted, but they're definitely need to be repotted again, and they should have gone in the ground a long time ago, but I could just never figure out where to put them. So they're going by the dead trees on the north side of the backyard. Next up were 2 citruses that I found at Walmart the other day. They looked very healthy, and for $20 I thought it would be worth a try. I will have to bring these in at the once winter comes, so they'll be indoor plants, which I hope is not going to be an issue, but we will see. So this is an improved Meyer lemon on the left side and a thornless key lime on the right. And last but not least for the day was this elderberry plant that I got also at Walmart, and it is a York elderberry, and I would just like it for health reasons. I'd like to make some syrup or something along those lines, that if we get sick we could use this as a medicinal plant.